Hey there, Eric here from Socially Awkward Studios, and this Four-Eyed Radio presentation is being proudly brought to you by Raven Designs, illustration and design that fit your personality. For samples and inquiries, visit ravencruise.com. Today on Ranger Command Power Hour.
What? I don't know what's happening. I'm talking to myself. Sorry. I never told people how revealing it would be. It's going to be super disappointing.
Sweet. I love disappointing people on our podcast.
My uncle is in town, and he's helping to re-tile the kitchen. So I was really worried. I was like, oh great, all we're going to hear from my end is, yeah, I really like Dino Charge.
I'm not one, well, I am one to pat myself on the back. But I was just like, when I listened to that, I was like, good job, Eric. No one will ever tell that we record that on different days.
And now on Ranger Command Power Hour.
Hey, it's the Ranger Command Power Hour.
Come on, this.
Today on the Power Hour, Extra Episode 6, Ranger Merch Review, The Loyal Subjects, recorded on June 17, 2015. Welcome to the Ranger Command Power Hour on the Four-Eyed Radio Network. It's time to Ranger up with your hosts. I'm Eric, also known as Trekkie B47.
I'm AP, also known as Secret Ranger Fan.
And I'm Zach, also known as the Cinema Slob.
This extra episode is brought to you by our patrons at Patreon. Go to patreon.com/RangerCommandPH to learn more about supporting Ranger Command Power Hour. Hey guys!
Hey!
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Or it feels like.
Feels like it's been a while. I just saw you the other day, Eric, so it's been less of a while, but it's been a while since
It's been... it's been less than a while, Zach.
It's been some non-quantifiable amount of time.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I actually got to see your place for the first time and where you make the magic happen.
Oh my.
And we traded...
we did trade. I gave you one Loyal Subjects figure, and you gave me a monitor, and putties, and a poster, and buttons, and a silicone ice cube tray. So I got the better end of that deal.
Good trade. But yes, we will be talking about the Loyal Subjects figures. But we actually have a lot of news this week that I wanted to get through. And the first two items are what we talked about with Steven Zarita from our last episode, and I want to thank him again for being on the show and talking about his Hyperdrive pictures and Power Rangers Essentials. But we actually talked about this news, and I wanted to get your guys' opinion on at least these first two items. The first one was about the interview with Dean Israelite, the Power Rangers movie. This was like his first official comments about the movie, and where he said he was really surprised that the script was cool and contemporary and mature, but still playful. And he said it was a buoyant and fun take on the material. And he mentioned that there's this one character that you're following through the movie that's essential going on this fantastic adventure. What are your thoughts on his comments?
I have some hope, because I remember in like an interview or something a while back, he said that he was a fan of Power Rangers. And with him saying all this stuff, it just gives me hope that the movie's going to be good.
Yeah, and if he's a fan of the show, and he's already saying that, oh yeah, this is fun, and I'm surprised by the script and how good it is, well, come on. If he's a fan that's happy, I think we're going to be happy in the end.
Yeah, I agree. I'm interested in the one idea we heard about the prologue, and if that proves to be true, I would be very excited to see that.
I don't think we really talked about that, but yeah, the prologue, there's some leaks. Supposedly, the original Red Ranger was Zordon. Rita was trying to take over the Earth 65 million years ago. I think that's pretty cool. I think it borrows a little bit from Cisco Davis Jr. and his Zordon of Eltar.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of that.
And when I saw that, I was like, that's interesting. Granted, we do love Cisco and his work and everything that he's doing. Hopefully it's different enough, but still in its own interesting way, you know what I mean? With what they're doing with the official film.
We never got any real backstory on Zordon and Rita and their big fight, supposedly 10,000 years ago. I guess the movie's going to stretch that to the time of the dinosaurs, and maybe they'll run across Keeper or something. But,
and then Gosei will show up, and
yeah, it'll be a party. So yeah, I'm excited about it. Oh wait! Oh, Cisco just sent me a graphic. The release date for Zordon of Altar is in 3 days, 6/20/15.
Wow!
What?
Which is the Saturday we release our episode. Guys, after you're done listening to this, check out Cisco Davis Jr.'s Zordon of Eltar. 6/20/15 today. Alright, so the next bit of news was that the Power Rangers Dino Charge 5-inch Wave 5 was found at retail and revealed the Terra Charge Megazord, the Gold Ranger, the Graphite Ranger, and all of the Dino Drive Rangers. And that ties in to Dino Super Charge being officially announced, which was announced the day after we recorded with Steven. And then the Licensing Expo happened. This was all from Ranger Crew. They were the first ones to get images of the teaser trailer, which then leaked in a non-watermarked version yesterday. So from Ranger Crew, we got amazing looks of the Dino Drive mode Rangers. And in the teaser, at least, there was some monsters from Kyoruger, like the villain Chaos, Demon Tauren, and then they also showed off Abba Ranger's Geldon or Dino Thunder Zeltrax. And I was talking with Chris Kickback from Talkin' Toku, and he was kind of going through the Go Busters versus Kyoruger movie. And the footage that they showed in the teaser is new footage. Mm-hmm. That is something that is not in the Go Busters versus Kyoruger movie, at least from what he could tell.
Yeah.
So, also, we're going to have James Galen, not only he voiced a monster this season, but he's also appearing as Shelby's dad at some point during the season. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he's the same guy that voiced Zeltrax. So it's like, if we're getting this original footage and you already have the voice actor working for you this season as an actor on the show too, I would bet good money that we're getting Zeltrax. Maybe not this season, but maybe
or Supercharge. Yeah.
That's incredible. And also there was teases of the Aqua Ranger, the Purple Ranger, the Graphite Ranger, and also the Silver Ranger. But as always with these teaser trailers, not all of the footage is used. That was certainly the case with Super Mega Force. Mm-hmm. So we kind of got to take this with a grain of salt. But the trailer did feature more original footage than normal. Mm-hmm. I mean, it even had like them kind of doing their Dino Charge already that we haven't seen yet. What do you think of the Dino Drive armor mode?
I love them. I actually went back and listened to the Toy Fair episode we did with the Talkin' Toku crew. And when they showed the Dino Drive figures, I said, man, do you think we would see these in a show like we saw the Super Samurai armor or whatever they had when they were in the Megazord?
The Mega Mode.
The Mega Mode. And everyone was kind of like, yeah, maybe we could see this. And then sure enough, here comes the teaser trailer and shows off Dino Drive mode in the show. So I'm just going to go ahead and plant my flag that I called it. Because for once in my life, I called something.
But not only that, there was another image that released, it was also part of this teaser, that not only is there like a regular Dino Drive mode, but there's like a super mode that adds even more armor, kind of like Dino Steel, to the legs.
Yeah.
And their mouth guards disappear in that mode, and they get extra stripes on their helmets. Mm-hmm. So it's
Silver stripes
whoa.
live.
It's like Tommy mode. It's Tommy mode.
So they go full-on Tommy mode.
Never go full-on Tommy mode.
So not only do we get like a regular Dino Drive mode, but also this Super Dino Drive mode. And I really hope that they do not limit this to the cockpit like Samurai did. I think that would be a waste of a perfectly good suit of armor.
I agree. I'd like to see them use it in battle on the ground.
Plus, if the Red Ranger uses, like, whatever they're going to call Carnival mode, it would be nice to see the other Rangers kind of armor up with him with their own modes.
Mm-hmm. I think it looks a little bulky with the whole battery chest piece thing. But I'm interested to see in action, because all we've seen so far are these not exactly high-quality images of it, and we haven't seen them in motion, which...
Aside from the teaser trailer.
Yeah.
But yeah, seeing them in a fight would be amazing. And then it appears that Red and Gold have, like, a different kind of sword in that mode, which was pretty interesting. I would love if they called it like something else that was used in the show, like Battle Boosters or something to maybe reference.
Some nice callback name,
Yeah. At least call Red Rangers a Battleizer.
Yeah.
To have the word Battleizer in the show again would be awesome. Because that's been a staple since In Space for all of the Saban era since then. And we kind of got it with Shogun mode. Like, I consider Shogun mode Samurai's Battleizer.
Yeah. He used it outside the cockpit.
Yeah, like one time, but that footage was amazing. And it made me want more of that. It was also something that all those Rangers shared at some point. Power the Ancestors, or whatever. God. And then all of the Bandai San Diego Comic-Con exclusives have been announced. The black and gold Saba, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think that's like $175. And I've seen pre-orders for it on eBay for like $450.
Holy cow. Yeah, no, sorry.
And you know people are going to pay that much for it.
Oh, yeah.
They were paying $500 for that gold-plated Morpher the other year.
Ugh, God, it's ridiculous.
It's too much. Too much.
The only ones I'm interested in is the next one, the Tokyo Pop Vinyl White Ranger. And the only reason I'm interested in that is because I have the other Tokyo Pop vinyls. And I just want to complete that.
Yeah.
Because that's the collector in me. And that's going for $25. And then I thought these were really cool. It's the Mighty Morphin Dino Chargers.
Yeah. I don't even really like Mighty Morphin, and I would still get those.
Yeah.
The only thing that prevents me from wanting them is the fact that they would all just make the same sound, which would be Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Just to go off of that, I was saying on Twitter, I think this is like a really neat idea to combine the two, but I think it would have been even cooler if it was like a Forever Red Dino Charger set to commemorate all of the series.
Yeah.
Something like that would be really neat. I agree.
That would be really nice. I really like that they're kind of gold-plated. And I also like just from a design standpoint, I like that they took the W Zudenchi font from Kyoryuger and they flipped it and repeated it for Mighty Morphin.
Yeah.
As a designer, I really like that little detail, that they're still keeping the font and all of that stuff. They look cool. It would be nice if they were actually Zudenchi size, but I mean, that's never going to happen. It's a Bandai toy. But even so, I don't think the Bandai Chargers are that bad of a size. They're still fun to hold and play with.
They're still like actual battery sized.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a AA battery size, which is cool.
Yeah.
Good point, AP. But what we're really here to talk about for this episode, we're going to review the Loyal Subjects Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Action Vinyls Wave 1. I have a few, Zach has a few, AP has 0, but she wanted to get one. So, the Loyal Subjects, they are a specialty toy manufacturer. They're really into the big trend that is vinyl action figures and collecting. I was really excited when these were first announced. I remember seeing these at last year's New York Toy Fair in February of 2014. It took a while for them to get to the final product, But when I saw them in prototype mode, I thought, oh yeah, these are really cool. They're a nice size. And then when they came out, I was like, you know what? The pricing and blind packs, I don't know if I'm going to get it. And then I went to C2E2, and they were being sold at the Tamashii booth. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to get 2. I have the money for 2 right now. I'm just going to do it. I just happened to pull Goldar and Zed, and I was like, I love these. These are so cool. And I started getting addicted. So first, let's just do a rundown of this. Wave 1 includes Rita Repulsa, Goldar, Lord Zed, the Green Ranger, Pink Ranger, Yellow Ranger, Red Ranger, Blue Ranger, 1 Mystery Ranger, which is the red armored mode, and that's a 1 in 96 chance of pulling that.
Yeah.
And 2 chase figures, which is the White Ranger, at a 1 in 48 chance. And the Black Ranger at a 1 in 24 chance. A couple more things about these figures. These were designed by Joe Allard, who also designed their Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle line. It's pretty cool because his artwork is actually featured on the card that comes with the toy, which I think is really cool. All of these feature 10 points of articulation. The Rangers have removable helmets. All of them have really strong ball joints, which are not intended to be interchangeable. They're 3 inches tall, and they have multiple accessories, at least the Rangers do. They come with helmets, their weapon of choice, and also the Blade Blaster in gun mode. Then it's a really nice foil bag that they're packaged in, which has the graphic of the Power Morpher. And what I really like about that bag is that you can peel it off on the top, straight across if you're careful, and the graphic of the Morpher is under that tear line. So if you're careful, you still got like a really nice silver bag with that really cool Power Morpher design on it. When I collect these, I don't even throw any of that away because it's part of that like vinyl figure collecting experience. They also come with a character card, kind of like a trading card for your figures. The only problem I find with that is since they're not in a protective sleeve or anything, they can get bent really easily.
Yeah.
That's the only issue I have with those cards. Zach, give your overall impressions.
So, my first kind of exposure to them was, I think we talked about them a little bit on the show before, just in passing. We said, oh, hey, look at these cool things. And then I was at Anime Central this past May, and I was hanging out with Dan from Dan's Tokyo Rants, and we passed by the Tamashii Nation's Bluefin booth, and there was a representative there saying, oh, I see you're interested in our Loyal Subjects figures. And we're like, oh, yeah, well, we both host podcasts on Power Rangers and Toku in general, and we've kind of talked about them before. And she goes, oh, well, have you actually had the chance to see them up close? And I said, actually, no, we haven't. And so she had a couple loose ones that she was just like, they come with the accessories and the helmets come off and this and that. And that little demo was enough for me to say, you know what? Yeah, I want one. And so I ended up picking up one, and the box felt kind of heavy. So I was really hoping for Goldar because, of course, shout out to Carrigan. And I got lucky. And yeah, I pulled Goldar. And
you pulled Kerrigan. Hey, it's Kerrigan.
I want
here.
A Loyal Subjects Kerrigan Mayhan figure now. That's what I want.
Wait, he comes with autographs that say "F you" and
a martini in one hand.
Yeah.
God. I love you, Kerrigan. And so I was like, yeah, that's neat enough. And then I got to thinking, I was like, now I want a Ranger for Goldar to fight.
And that's where they get you.
And I do this thing called Shopkick, which is this free program where you earn points just by going to different stores, and then you can...
Really, Zach? Tell me more.
I'm not shilling for Shopkick. I'm really not. But the point of that little sidebar is I had a $25 gift card to Toys R Us.
Nice.
So I was like, I'll go to Toys R Us and I'll see if they have any. And I ended up buying 3 of them. And I pulled the Green Ranger, I pulled the Yellow Ranger, and I pulled the duplicate Yellow Ranger, which is going to go into our listener prize pack for this month or whatever.
Or maybe Eric's going
to keep it.
Well, that kind of segues on our Patreon. We are giving away Goldar and Rita. And if I can find any more this weekend, and if I get any extras, I'm going to add those to it. There's still some time left this month.
But yeah, I love them. I have them sitting up on my computer desk. Eric, you came to visit me the other day. You saw how they're all kind of arranged, and I really love them. I love that they thought to include the ponytails for Tommy and for Trini.
Freaking hilarious.
It slays me. The fact that I can take the helmet off and plug a little ponytail into the back of their head. I took the Sword of Darkness away from Tommy and I gave it to Goldar. So Goldar's dual-wielding swords now.
Oh, sweet.
I think they're neat. They're better than the other vinyl figures, like the Funko ones that are just static props. Just static.
Yeah.
They don't move, they don't have accessories, they don't really do anything. But these I love. They're articulated, they have fun accessories, you can pose them. And so I think for that, I like these way more than any of the other vinyl products.
Yeah. It's smart of loyal subjects to categorize these as action vinyls. Because it's true, it's like a mini action figure, but you still got that collectability of a vinyl figure. I think it's a brilliant product that they have going on. It's actually gotten me interested in their other properties. I really liked what they're doing with the Ninja Turtles. They've got an exclusive at San Diego Comic-Con that's like the black and white version of the Turtles, but they're also battle damaged.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
And they look really cool. Yeah, they make an excellent product. AP, even though you don't have one of these, what do you think of them?
I think they're really cool. Like, I really wanted to get one. It's just the Toys R Us near me doesn't sell them. Yeah, I think it's really neat how we finally have helmetless figures. Regardless of what team it is, or how accurate some of their hair is.
Billy.
Yeah.
Billy.
I think they're really cool.
My sincere hope is that this wave sells enough where they start looking at other series in the franchise.
I'm just gonna piggyback off that, if you don't mind.
No, by all means.
And I think I mentioned this on one of our other episodes, but I was tweeting about it, and I was like, oh, I wish they made Dino Charge ones, and they favorited it.
Yeah, I'd love to see Dino Charge ones. I would love to see SPD ones, Zeo ones.
I'll say this right now. If they do SPD, I will spend ungodly amounts of money to get whatever Chase figures.
Just buy the cases.
Yeah,
buy multiple cases.
That's exactly what I would do.
I would buy multiple cases, give away the extras on Ranger Command. I will have every single one of those if they make it. Oh my god. What if, for Doggy, they had a removable helmet for him? What if you could just swap heads? So there'd be like a Doggy head and like just the Shadow Ranger helmet.
Even better, just like make a version of his head that doesn't have this, like it has a hole where the snout should be, and just the snout itself is a snap-in accessory like the ponytail. Whenever
you see Shadow Ranger's morph sequence, there's that kind of weird squished version of Doggy in the morph sequence that always looked terrible to me. So maybe that's like the head that goes under the helmet. Just make it happen. Yeah, I would love to see more of these, but first, and here's my little review. I agree, everything with Zach, AP. My thing is, though, the blind box is really killing this for me.
Yeah.
And I know I'm already addicted, and I do want more. Right now I've got, well, thankfully, because of Saban Brands, they also included one in their product package that they sent to us. So I got Kimberly from that. I got Goldar and Zed from C2E2, and then I bought some on my own, so there were some extras, and like I said, I'm giving away those as prizes, but I have Jason, regular Jason, and I got Rita Repulsa, and I think it's cool that I've got Jason and Kimberly, because I always thought that they were kind of an item early on in Mighty Morphin, and, you know, to have the Jason versus Goldar right there that is awesome.
I really wanted Jason just for that.
Yeah. But the Chase figures, I get it. Because these are a vinyl type of collectible, you gotta have like that really rare one to keep people collecting and buying these. And I get that. But for these San Diego Comic-Con exclusives that we'll be talking about in a second, the packaging for those is on a regular carded blister box. Mm-hmm. So they're exclusives. You can see them. So they're on regular action figure blister box type packaging. So it's got the clear window where you can see the figure, and they're doing some metallic and crystal editions, and the boxes are windowed so you can see this. And I almost want them to just shift that, instead of these blind boxes, to that style, like a normal action figure. And you can still make some of them chase figures and more rare. I just think it gives people a better shot to get the ones that they really want.
Or at least put like one of those codes on the box, like secret but not secret codes, so that you can tell.
Exactly.
Some kind of identifying code, exactly.
Which is what they did with the Mega Blocks for Power Rangers and those little blind packs. Something like that. Just some kind of identifier where we can crack it, and then the fandom knows what to look out for. Mm-hmm. But regular casual people who don't research that type of stuff, it's still a blind pack for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if you really want one of these, you're going to get them. You can buy them at loyalsubjects.com. You can actually buy a whole case of these.
It's actually, just to cut you off there, it's actually theloyalsubjects.com. Because I just tried to go to loyalsubjects.com, and it
the Loyal Subjects.
And it kind of told me the page was not found. So
she's right.
Then I googled it.
Wave 1 bundle of 8 is $110.
Which you save a total of like $1 and like 9 cents by doing that, rather than buying them individually.
Yes, theloyalsubjects.com. Don't confuse it, like I apparently. Yeah, and you can get the Wave 1 bundle of 8.
Yeah, and it's 8 random ones. It's not a confirmed 8. Best bet to try and get the whole collection would be this case.
Which is $224, which is a little bit too rich for my blood.
A little bit. I just dropped $140, $120 on a Pip-Boy, so I'm good for spending money for a while.
And one blind box is $1 more expensive on their site than if you were to find it at retail.
Do they offer free shipping, or?
I don't think so.
I'm going to check.
But you can get them at Toys R Us for $12.99. When you figure in tax, it comes out to about $13.99 anyway.
It's $6 flat rate blind box shipping with $1 per additional blind box.
Yeah, that's way too expensive.
Yeah, if you're going to buy it, try to find it in a store. Save on shipping. Because it's at the price point that they're at, $13, $14, yeah, they're fine. But for $20, no.
Yeah, and whatever
that's a little bit too much.
And whatever you do, don't be that person who buys them off eBay for like $75 each. Because I looked that up today to see if I could get any cheap on there. Apparently people are actually buying the White Ranger one for $75.
There's no need to.
They're
Jesus.
$75.
Let me double check Amazon, because I mentioned that earlier.
Anyways, you can find them at Toys R Us. I found them at 2 locally by me, and surprisingly they disappeared very quickly from the shelves.
Amazon has them right now through a third-party distributor, $12.94 with free shipping.
That's a pretty good deal.
That is a pretty darn good deal.
Maybe I'll get one, because I have like a whole bunch of Amazon gift cards.
Boom.
There you go. AP, buy them off Amazon. I'll send you the link in chat. Hang on.
Awesome.
They're also at local comic book shops, and actually, theloyalsubjects.com, they have a whole list of retailers. Apparently, there's this store called Hastings, which is not by me at all, but apparently they are going to get one of these exclusive metallic type of figures. And now I can talk about the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. So if you're lucky enough to be at San Diego Comic-Con, every day of the convention, the Loyal Subjects will be having a new exclusive at their booth, which you can get signed by the artist Joe Allard. The first one is the Blue Ranger Crystal Edition, and it's this really cool, translucent, blue crystal-like plastic. Only 500 available, and that is $15.99. The next one is the Red Ranger Crystal Edition, which is also 500 available at $15.99. There's going to be a Rita versus Pink Ranger Metallic Edition, 500 available for $30. And the White Ranger versus Lord Zed Metallic Edition, also 500 available at $29.99. The Pink Ranger Crystal Edition, 500 available, $15.99. Sensing a pattern here. And the Red Ranger versus Goldar Metallic Edition, also 500 available, also $30. You can actually see pictures of all of these on the Loyal Subjects blog.
Yeah, that Red Ranger versus Goldar Metallic, that is my want. I wish I was going to San Diego, because I would get that one in a heartbeat.
You should totally stock eBay and see what they're going for.
Worth a shot, although I gotta sell a kidney first.
So yeah, they're previewing some of that on their social media, all over Instagram and Twitter, and also their blog. It's going to be cool. I'm really excited to hopefully maybe grab one of these, because I think they're pretty awesome. I definitely got hooked on them.
Yeah, they are a ton of fun. They're neat little kitschy items to have, and they're good for decorating your desk or your work area, if your work area allows that kind of thing.
And what surprises me about these figures is you would think because the heads are so much larger, they're kind of like chibi figures. I'm surprised at how well they balance standing up.
Yeah, my Imagine Next figures have fallen over more than these guys have.
You would think, since they have disproportionately larger head, you would think, oh, it's going to be top-heavy, they're just going to fall over. That's not the case with these figures. They're very well balanced and well made.
Wow.
For some reason, I think it's really funny, but the Rita figure, it's like a solid skirt piece, and on the bottom of her skirt is like 3 mini wheels. So you can just like wheel Rita around on a table. It's hilarious.
That's hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
And I like that it has her little magic wand and
the wand is a good accessory, yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. Like, her headdress is wide as the figure is tall. It's a really cute figure, and I really love her expression. So we asked on our Ranger Nation Answers segment, we want to know what you think of the Loyal Subjects MMPR figures. I'll start with Doug. At Doug Watchin, he's one of our amazing Patreon supporters. And he said, got one, looks great, but I can't bring myself to buy more. I know it's in or whatever, but I wish they weren't blind packs. And that sentiment is agreed by all of us.
Solomon D at Sollyman_D says, I think they're awesome little figures, and I hope the line is successful so it can expand beyond MMPR. Agreed wholeheartedly.
Please, God.
Please. Loyal Subjects, hear our cry.
Kyle at Deadpool_Ranger said, I haven't found them yet, but they look cool except for Billy. I still don't understand the blonde hair.
I don't either. The only thing I can think of is to maybe add some variety to the colors of the Ranger's hairs. Like, that's the only thing I can think of.
He wasn't blonde in the comics or anything, was he?
No, he did have, like, lighter brown hair.
Yeah.
But yellow-brown hair doesn't translate to bright yellow blonde. So I have no idea what that's about. Miss Oliver at Red_Monroe1 said, I have all of them except the Black Ranger and the Red Ranger with shield. I was surprised that I got the White Ranger right away. His odds were higher than the Black Ranger. On the box, they tell you the odds for each figure.
At Tyranno John says, they look cool. Haven't bought any yet, though. I love Rita's face on her figure.
Yeah, her expression is hilarious.
It's pretty priceless, yeah.
RJ Sells, Uchihabaro77 at Anime Redneck 96 said, they look cool. I have yet to buy any, but that Goldar figure is too great not to get.
I think that's the best one of the entire line. The detail on his little figure is amazing. It's like, they got all of the armor correct. I can't believe they have an accurate version of his sword. His head is super detailed. It's spot on. I think that's the best one.
It is pretty damn good.
Ken Glenn at the Ken Glenn said, they are nice. Too expensive, even though I bought a case. I am still missing white and black. The eBay prices suck. I would love these as a set or in blisters. Hard to justify the cost and not knowing what you're getting.
Bought a case?
Yeah, if you bought a case, you're already spending.
Holy cow. Carlito at Gabriev28 says, I find them pretty awesome, and if I could find them, I would gladly pick up a few for my collection.
So that's our show for the Loyal Subjects figures. Earlier in the podcast, we mentioned that we are having a Patreon giveaway for our June raffle, which will be a small set of Loyal Subjects figures. So far, that includes Goldar and Rita, with more to come. We're also going to be launching towards the end of the month, and you'll see us tweet about it, but we're going to have another Summer of Nostalgia giveaway. Our first one was the shot glasses and the Loot Crate t-shirt. So our second one is a full set of the Wave 2 2015 Ranger keys.
Wow.
So that is 7 packs of Ranger keys. And they're the ones that have the super cool sparkly Tommy and to trademark Toku Nation. And they have the 6th Ranger keys. So that's going to be really cool. And we're happy to give these away to our listeners. So Ranger Nation, let us know what you think. If you have questions, email us at rangercommandpowerhour@gmail.com or check us out at rangercommand.com. And until next time, we will catch you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
Ranger up!
Loyal Subjects, send us more.
You've been listening to the Ranger Command Power Hour, only on the Four-Eyed Radio Network. You can catch a new episode every other Saturday. Find us on the Morphing Grid at www.rangercommand.com. Follow us on Twitter at RangerCommandPH. And like us on Facebook.com/Ranger Command Power Hour. This is Truckee B47 from the Ranger Command Power Hour, and you are listening to the Four-Eyed Radio Network. Ranger Command is now on Patreon. Become a patron by pledging as much or as little as you like every month and receive cool perks. By pledging, you are helping us make our show even better. Go to patreon.com/RangerCommandPH to learn more. Thanks.
This has been another great presentation of the Four-Eyed Radio Network. You can catch more shows at foureyedradio.com.